So we've got a new league leader, and we're going to be diving into match week 15.
Yes, let's take a look at that. Welcome back to the pink table. We are in the mid-week game, which is always proven to be a tricky one because there's a lot of turnover between the teams. So might be one that can make or break your season. But before we get into the league, and as Elaine mentioned, we have a new league leader. Elaine, let's go over the top game week purchases and sales.
So yeah, top game week purchases making a lot of sense this week. Ruiz has been pulling the strings for Napoli and will probably become more important with Osimhen out for a while. Barak, pivotal for Verona. I've added him to my team as well. And then Çalhanoğlu, set-piece specialist. Candreva getting lots of points at the moment. And then Pasalic, one to watch for Atalanta.
Yeah, I think Çalhanoğlu has also scored in the last 3 games. Top game week sales. Barella down. I also have him. I was thinking about he hasn't been performing well, but I think he just needs that little spark. Chiesa as well. Calabria out injured. Criscito out injured. And Pellegrini out for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Apparently, Elaine is going to be back for the Milan-Roma game on the 6th of January.
Yeah, kind of crazy how every single one of those 5 players is Italian.
True. Top team of the week, Napoli heavy. They destroyed Lazio 4-0 with an extremely good performance. We have Berardi, who now is the player that's currently inactive that has scored the most goals against Milan. I think he scored 10 goals in 14 games, which is just crazy. But yeah, defense, it seems like it's Napoli heavy, but a good mix other than that.
Yeah, Candreva's been solid at picking up points recently. Tameze getting his first goal of the season, which racked up some points. Pinamonti as well. Mertens having a great game against Lazio. And interesting to see Skorupski making this team as he's going to be Roma's next opponent on the field.
Yeah, we're talking about Skorupski. I think that's what our league leader had in goals. And talking about new league leader, as you can see here, we have a new league leader called Sab White with 821 points. This is about 19 points ahead of second and third, which are tie second. This is, I think, the biggest lead we've had so far.
Yeah, I don't remember a gap of over 20 or close to 20 points at any point.
Yeah, so Snorky holding on there. Salim from Team Juve back in the top 3, fighting at the top. Lomt Maxwell is also a new one that's also near the 800 mark with our 3-ban, which they were also in the top 3 in the past, are also fighting there. I've edged a bit higher up the table from 11th. I moved into 8th at 775. Feel that I have a good team this week, though. It is tricky with a lot of people being out just with coaches. Like I just read an article just before this this video that Zapata might not be playing. I think it's Muriel starting, but that's just something to keep in mind. Elaine, I know you did quite well with your new change of team, so that's great. I think you moved into 35th position. You were somewhere at the bottom here. So that was a solid doing from your side as well.
Yeah, still 200 points behind you and 100 points behind you and whopping, I think, 150, 160 point gap to the top. So I don't think I'm going to be making top of the table, but I do want to carry on pushing for those so-called European spots.
Yeah, I'd say slow and slow, you'll get there. Okay, so looking at my team. So this is my team of the week. It remains unchanged. I have Musso against Venezia. I feel that that's a strong possibility of getting a clean sheet there. Hernandez, Di Lorenzo, Karsdorp, they're all playing away. Milinkovic-Savic, Joao Pedro, Candreva, Aramu. And then up front, I have Dzeko, Vlahovic, and Arnautovic. I'm contemplating between Dzeko or Vlahovic as my captain, but that's where I stand. In the bench, I have Reina, Bastoni, Cajon. Calabria, I'm thinking of transferring out just to get someone else on the bench, possibly Di Marco, because with De Vrij out, Di Marco plays, and he also seems to do quite well. And against Spezia, I think Inter at home will probably get a nice clean sheet there. But yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, looking interesting. I had Dzeko on the field as well, but I'll end up pulling him because from my understanding, Inzaghi is going to be resting both him and Perisic as they've accumulated quite a few minutes in the last week. So it's looking at Correa, Lautaro as the attacking pair for Inter tonight or tomorrow. I don't forget when they play.
I think they play tonight. Yeah. But I'll have a look at that on Gazzetta just before, and then I'll pull the trigger just before that then as well.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's have a look at your team.
So as you can see, I've gone for a bit of a formation shift as well for this match day. I had the big choice of choosing Rui Patricio in goal against Bologna or Milinkovic against Empoli. I landed up having to run the numbers there, and just from the season and the way it's unfolded, I see Bologna has scored less goals than Empoli, despite sitting higher up the table than them. So for this reason, I've gone ahead and chosen the Roma man in goal, who was solid for me last game. Bremer against Empoli, Di Lorenzo against Sassuolo, and Smalling against Bologna. I'm not certain that this game is going to be a clean sheet, but Smalling and Bremer, one can hope that both Roma and Torino can hold out clean sheets in those matches. As I've had to drop Dzeko to the bench for this game, my midfield is going to be where I'm depending on goals. I have brought in Mertens as the other striker. I'm trying to remember who I dropped now from the team. Who was it? I had Dzeko, Vlahovic.
Zapata?
Excuse me?
Did you have Zapata?
No, I didn't. But landed up dropping Mertens. I would have gone for Osimhen, which was my plan a week ago. But with that news that the player might be out for quite a lengthy period, if not indefinitely, I've gone ahead and pulled the trigger on Mertens. But yeah, like I said, João Pedro, Candreva, Mkhitaryan, Barak, and Fratesi, all in sparkling form at the moment, all worth an assist or a goal. So that's sort of where I'm banking my points this match day.
Nice. And with Dzeko, the first on the bench, I think that's very clever. Yeah, I need to figure that out as well and see, maybe do a last-minute change with Dzeko. Like, if Dzeko's not playing, I might sell Dzeko and buy Muriel.
Otherwise, you're playing with two strikers right now, hey?
And I have the three. I have Arnautovic, Vlahovic, and Dzeko.
Otherwise, what you could do is just start Dzeko and have somebody who you know is going to be starting the game as your first sub.
Well, I think whatever happens, I think Dzeko's going to come on anyway for Inter. So
and not if Inter scores early and they finish the game off. I don't think Dzeko will waste the field.
Can be tricky. Yeah, so that's interesting. So there you have it, folks. Those are our predictions and the results from Matchday 14 and predictions of Matchday 15. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We're not going to any games this week, but on the weekend, I'll be at the San Siro again, and then we'll be in Florence.
Yeah, I was offered tickets to tonight's game between Fiorentina and Samp, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that one. Various other things going on in the real life. So that game's going to be a miss, but we will be going to new games soon and bringing you new content from Stadium TV and the Pink Table. So catch you next time.